TikTok, what's good? What's good, family? What's good, family? How y'all be? How y'all doing? Anyway, before I get started, let me thank God for being here another day. Y'all thank God for being able to listen to me another day. I really appreciate y'all too. Word is bond. I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so happy that I'm here again one more day. But that being said, listen, let me get to this dude, Rolin. You know what I mean? Y'all see the video up here. Y'all see the thumbnail. I don't know if y'all know this dude's name. I don't know if y'all know this dude, Rolin Martin. I want y'all to check him out, though. I want y'all to check him out. I want y'all to support him. I want y'all to support his videos on YouTube, because that's why I checked them out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I only seen this one video, and I was attracted to the video because in my video, the King James Misdirection, I briefly spoke on my family background. I speak on how I could not trace my lineage back to any slave ship. I tried, because I didn't believe that I didn't come from Africa. I was raised on the same information as y'all on the transatlantic slave trade, and I believed that my people was from Africa, and I found out that they wasn't. And I did my lineage. I talked to my people that's the best way I know how to do lineage. Like, you could say you could do the blood test thing, and then they say they come from Nigeria, but Nigeria is not that old. Nigeria is not an old country. So when they say that you from Nigeria, where are you really from? So I don't know how much I believe those tests, and I also believe that we all come from Africa, whether you white, whether you black, that's the motherland. That's where we come from. That's where we all come from. So that's not giving us any type of connection to Africa, because we descend from Africa. So that being said, I told y'all real briefly in that video of my lineage, how on my father's side, in Florida, the Toles family goes back to the Seminoles and the Trail of Tears, and the Trail of Tears brought us to Mexico, and how I got my last name, Toles, and it was changed back to Tolls. They dropped the hyphen, called us Tolls, so that it would sound more black. It was our way of, coming out of hiding, so to speak, from the way I understood the information. So, I'm sure a lot of y'all was thinking, this dude capping. You know what I mean? Y'all probably think I'm capping about my Aunt Pecolia on the plantation in Jackson, Mississippi. And you can always tell somebody lying, because they'll contradict themselves when they tell the story more than once. You always going to notice I'm going to always tell the same story the same way every single time, because there ain't no capping coming out of me. I ain't come up here to waste y'all time with nothing. Long story short, let me hop off of that. Let me get back to Rolin over here. So I saw this video. I got onto this video because this dude Rolin Martin, he got into it with one of the people I really respect in this FBA movement, Tariq Nasheed. I want y'all to check him out too. That's one of my favorite. He's not a YouTuber. I can't call him a YouTuber. This dude is more of a Renaissance man. And I don't dick ride, and I don't say no homo. And I love TikTok Shop, by the way. I love TikTok Shop. But he was going back and forth with my man Tariq Nasheed about the reparations thing, and he would have all this garbage to talk about the FBAs and how we demanding our reparations. He had all this stuff to say about us not deserving the reparations, or we already got it, and all this garbage he talking. And I ain't like that. Now, I don't know Rolin. That's what I'm gonna call him from here on out. I'm gonna call him Rolin. So I know who I'm talking about. I don't talk to Rolin. I mean, I don't know about Rolin. I don't know about his whole thing. I just knew he was going back and forth with Tariq Nasheed, and he was talking trash about us. Because and I don't think Tariq Nasheed really went at him, because Tariq Nasheed he'll cook your behind. Try not to curse up here. I'm a little bit excited. But anyway, he'll cook you. You know what I'm saying? He's a true FBA. He will roast you. I don't know if one of his things is being a comedian, but he's really funny and he'll roast you. That's what he do. That's just what he do. And I ain't see him coming at Mr. Rolin like that. I just saw that he mentioned that Rolin comes from Haitian descent. So Rolin comes back and he was like, yeah, I'm from Haitian descent, but my family is from, I think he said New Orleans. I forgot what he said, but he was basically saying that he was foundational also, but his family come from Haiti, which is real weird to me. It's real weird because all of us foundational, any of y'all that's foundational, that your family come from slavery, you tell me where do you, even if you feel like you from African ancestry, do you know family that comes from off of that boat? Really try to trace your family back to that boat. I dare you. Really try to trace your family back to that boat. First of all, it's hard to get back more than 3 generations, because when you get to be my age, that's why you got to do this type of stuff when you're young. I was doing it when I was young for my own reasons, for my own personal reasons. I was doing this stuff when I was young. But for you to do it if you're in your 50s already, a lot of people has passed away. So you're not going to be able to really track it, unless you actually got the names, and you're not going to be able to get their records, and you're not going to be able to really track it back really that far. I was able, because I started this whole journey when I was in my late teens, my early 20s, I still knew my grandparents. So they still knew their grandparents. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? So I was able to track my joint back far. You know what I'm saying? I was so, and that's why I was able to have the understanding that I have from my lineage. But I dare you to trace your family back and see where it comes from. That being said, is it gonna have Haitian or Dominican in there? If you got Haitian or Dominican in there, then maybe your family is from Haiti or Dominican Republic. Now, they had slavery all over South America. They had slavery all over. The French had slaves, the Spaniards had slaves, the Dutch. A lot of people had slaves in different places. But we're talking about slavery right here in America. We're talking about Alabama, Tennessee, New Orleans. We talking about the sacred deep South, Mississippi, Florida, Tallahassee. This is what we talking about. We not talking about descending from Haiti. But anyway, let me get to it. So he's going back and forth with my man. He says, well, Rolin is from, he descends from Haiti, and he basically referenced that he's acting like a tether. Now I want to explain what a tether is. A tether is not just because you come from somewhere else and you're attaching yourself to us. That's what the basic meaning means. So if you are from Nigeria and then you come here and your family came here and you were born in America, but your lineage is still in Nigeria, and you talk bad about FBAs as if you better than, then that is called a tether, because you still connect to your lineage in another country, but you right here and you American, and they can't really tell the difference between you and me. So if you as a Nigerian go out and do something crazy, it makes me as a American look bad. And when you got a lot of different black people coming from a lot of different places, and any of y'all FBAs, y'all can contest to this. Jamaicans don't really rock with us like that. They do, but they don't. Haitians don't rock with us like that. Dominicans definitely don't rock with us like that. Africans don't rock with us like that. Y'all know this. And maybe, you may not want to admit it, but the fact is they don't rock with us like that. Now, we have a hard time rocking with each other as it is. So when you mix all this stuff in, it gets confusing. I don't know if y'all noticed that now, or the Brits or the black Brits are doing a lot of the acting jobs. You got Afro beats. They trying to say Afro beats was before rap music, as if they didn't take all of that. I don't want to go on a tangent. So that's what a tether is. So he said Rolin was a tether, and basically that's all he said. So Rolin got upset about that. They going back and forth, and Rolin talking all this trash about us not getting reparations. So it was mentioned that we was not African Americans, that we didn't descend from Africa. This is our country. 4th of July just passed, and they trying to tell us, oh, we don't supposed to celebrate that because we were slaves. What is you talking about? This is our country, no matter whether we were slaves or not. We built this country, and we taking that back. We're taking all the credit back for doing what we did. We're taking all that back. That being said, this dude is trying to say that, we don't deserve the reparations, and we're all African Americans. This is what this dude's saying. Again, telling us what we are. I just, the audacity of people trying to tell somebody, why are you qualified to tell me what I am? I don't get it. Just be who you are. Mind your business. Anyway, okay, so he's like, no, we're all African Americans. No, we're not. Some of us are native to this country, and we was already here before all of that. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. We all came from Africa off slave ships and this and that and this and that. I'm being funny with Rolin's voice. That's what he sound like to me. That's probably not what he sound like, but that's what he sound like to me. But it's yapping. But anyway, so they like, nah, it was natives here already, and the Africans that did come off of that ship blended in such a way where they shed all of their African ancestry. They ceased to connect with Africa anymore. Even if they did get off of that ship, they mixed in with us that were from, I forgot what Tariq Nasheed calls it, something Genesis. I can't remember what he called it. I like the way he phrased his stuff. Go check Tariq Nasheed out. This dude's a patriot, man. For real. He's a patriot. Much respect to Tariq Nasheed. But anyway, so I saw this video that Rolin got on his joint, and Y'all check out Rolin too. Y'all check out Rolin. His actual name is Rolin Martin, and the name of the video that I'm talking about is "The Free and the Dead: How a Black Seminole Chief Defined the U.S. in a Foreign War." And he sits down with Jamie Holmes and discusses the free and the dead, the history of the Black Seminole Chief and indigenous allies who resisted the U.S. forces in a war largely erased from American history. Okay? I want y'all to listen. It got a little bit more in the description, but y'all get the gist of it. Go and check him out, please. Please go and check this out. The main thing about this whole video is, first of all, Mr. Jamie Holmes, respect to you. Respect to you. Because I believe that you were being very honest and truthful and in-depth in your research. And, I really like the way that you delivered the message. Very sincere YT man. No disrespect to you, brother. No disrespect to you. And I really appreciate Mr. Holmes. I'm going to call him Mr. Holmes, and I'm going to call him Rolin. So y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get this man his respect. But I want y'all to watch the video again. I'm going to keep references that I want you guys to watch the video. I cannot show the video, and I don't want to put it up. I don't want to put the video up and then get flagged, and then I don't want to have to go through all that. Just take a little bit of work for me to do these videos. Y'all get the point. That being said, while Mr. Holmes is trying to tell his information and deliver the message of the history of the Seminoles and this war that is not recorded in American history that I told y'all about before I ever even seen this video, I'm telling y'all by reference of what my actual family told me. I couldn't go and get this out no book. I ain't go and see this nowhere else. So, that being said, Rolin is kept trying to interrupt him and keep controlling the narrative of the information in a way where we weren't Native Americans. Now, Mr. Holmes keeps referencing us as the Black Seminoles. He keeps continuously referencing us as the Black Seminoles. Why is that important? Because he says it in that indigenous language of us being Black Seminoles, and then goes back and uses the word in the English language. So he's only calling us what we actually are. So Mr. Rolin, he acts like he's, I guess, a little he's offended because he's saying Black Seminole. So right then, Mr. Holmes was like, whoa, like, because, he's a white tea man. No disrespect to him. I love TikTok Shop. And I guess he was like, the black dude is like, he's getting offended. I could even feel the tension. So he started saying, he started saying African American instead of saying Black Seminole. He started saying that. And then, like, the experienced journalist Rolin is, he kept directing the narrative back to us not being indigenous of this country. Every single time he kept saying, us mixing in and they mixing and doing all the rest of this stuff. Listen, like, if they're calling themselves the Black Seminoles, what is all this mixing in and African American? And then he goes and says, well, how did they get there? And then he tried to, like, change the narrative as if they escaped from somewhere. Now, this is information that Mr. Holmes is not telling him. He's trying to add this in And he don't even know. He's not an expert. He don't know nothing about what Mr. Holmes is actually talking about. But yet and still he keeps trying to add it in as if the black Africans was here somehow and they mixed with the big giant quotation marks up real Seminoles and became Mr. Holmes and became Seminoles. And Mr. Holmes kept correcting him. No, these were the chiefs. Understand what I'm trying to say? He kept saying, nah, these are the chiefs. Like as if, no, these are those people. And Rolin kept trying to say, oh, but nah, they were the African Americans and they were mixing. He kept doing this. So I guess Mr. Holmes kind of got the point because it is Rolin's show. And Rolin is kind of a celebrity, not to me, but I'm sure he's a big wig. And I'm sure if we trace his joint back, it's gonna go back to some Boulay College where he pledged some type of Greek sorority or fraternity. I don't know that for a fact, but I guarantee you, we trace it back, he done did some. He was in a step line some damn where. I bet you. I guarantee you. But that being said, Mr. Holmes kept trying to tell him what the actual history it was. And I'm going to say this again. He did an excellent job. I cannot, literally, I really feel like he was being honest with all his information. There was certain things that, I was kind of iffy with. But there again, I understand what cognitive dissonance is. So I don't try to suffer from it. I always, with any information that I'm taking in, I always try to keep an open mind about things and don't try to draw conclusions based on what I believe. I always try to take the information for what it is, listen to it, and then do my own research, digest it, and then get what the actual truth is out. So, that being said, I really believe Mr. Holmes was really honest in what he was saying about his information. It was very in-depth. It was very informative. And it was precise. He was extremely professional. And I just liked the interview. Y'all watch it for yourself, please. Mr. Holmes he wasn't denying it, but he just kept trying to angle the narrative. And then when you put that in context with the fact that he kept interrupting the interview with these long, drawn out commercials that he has in his video. Look, I don't got nothing bad to say about the commercials in the video. That's not what this is about. This is not about me hating on his paper. But I'm just saying the way y'all will see it for yourself. Please go and watch this man's video. Please go and watch this video. This is important. But anyway, y'all will see when the commercial comes up, it's kind of like put you in a haze, in a daze, because it distracts you from the information. The information is not just flowing out. And then it's like you only remember the talking points. Like I said, y'all watch my video when I'm talking about misdirection. And it uses misdirection very, very well. Very well. And it's just amazing, how he, changes the narrative of Mr. Holmes's in-depth information. But I just thought that this video right here was a good video for you guys to see, so that first of all, I'm not capping about me on God. I never saw this video before I said what I said about my family. I never heard this at all. I did hear Claude Anderson talk about the Trail of Tears. Y'all go and check Claude Anderson out also. He's another one of my heroes. I'm not going to call him my old head. I just always felt saying my old head was a little bit disrespectful. But he's one of my leaders. So is Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed is one of my leaders too. Everybody can't be leaders. Some people got to be followers. And I follow these two great men. I'm going to give these dudes their flowers. I'm not waiting for them to pass away. Like Dr. Laila Africa and amongst other, Yosef Ben Yochanan and, amongst other Dr. Clark, all types of other great black native people. Great black men. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just get emotional when I talk about this. Not emotional like I'm a cry. Like, I'm not I'm not emotional like that. It's just I get emotional about FBA because we are the foundation of this country. We did build this country. I mean, everybody wants to say, the white man did this and the white man did that. Man, the white man wouldn't have been able to do nothing without us. Who would have did the farming? Like, I don't know if y'all know y'all history, but they tried to get the Asians to do it first. They couldn't do it. They tried to get what they call the Indians to do it first too. They couldn't keep up with them either. They got us to do it. I told you my Aunt Pecolia said they stole our farms and made us work on them for free. This is her words that I didn't believe until I got older. This is her words. I was actually down there on the plantation. When we say plantation, there again, here go misdirection again. We get these images of stuff we saw in the movies. Those were huge plantations. Those would be the equivalent of multi-billion-dollar plantations. Candyland, which wasn't, I don't know if that was a real place. I got to do my history and find out if that was a real place. But that was in Mississippi. But they wasn't all like that. They wasn't all like that, family. They wasn't all like that. There was some big, some medium, some small. The one that my Aunt Pecolia had was small, but it still had about 5 acres or so. I don't know how many acres it was. I was young. Last time I was in Jackson, Mississippi, and my Aunt Pecolia was alive. Cause I was down there after she died too, and I went to her funeral. But I probably was 11. I probably was 11 when she died. So that was the last time I was there. The last time I was actually on the plantation, I probably was 8 or 9. So y'all can understand, like, where my memory is. I'm just doing the best I can to remember, bits and pieces. And I have a really, really good recall. If y'all notice, a lot of black people have very, really good recall because of all the trauma that we've gone through. The more trauma you go through, the more you recall because you compartmentalize these memories. And, either you put them into your subconscious or you put them into your conscious. If you put them into your conscious mind, you'll never forget them. They're what I call memory pegs. I digress. I'm about to finish this video up. It's going to be almost a half hour. I don't believe this was a rant, but I had just saw this video and I just had to say something about it. I was watching this video while I was at work and I just had to say something about it because I just felt a way about Rolin and his dialogue. I don't know why it's so important. I for the life of me, I don't understand why it's so important for people to tell us who we are and to tell us what we deserve and to form this narrative. It's like they've taught black people to become our slave owners. It's like they're the buffers it's like they're the overseers, so to speak. And it's just weird to me that this man would say that. Like, if you supposed to be descended from this country, what problem should you have, whether we get it or not? If you don't believe you're gonna get it, keep it to yourself. I'm out, y'all. Don't forget Plain Planet. The inspiration behind Plain Planet is not just some flat earth conspiracy theory. It's the idea that your vision in life belongs to you. You don't have to believe something that you've learned in school. You don't have to believe something that science tells you is true. You can believe what you want to believe. You could be who you want to be. This is the essence of Plain Planet. Plain Planet is a clothing line. It's a Christian clothing line on top of it that you can actually wear and be proud of. This ain't churchy or Bible thumping. This is a quality streetwear brand. This is Plain Planet. Clothing